Hello, I'm Laura Jackson and I am the Creative Director of Glassette, and I'm here to answer all of your burning interior design questions. Today we're talking about renting. There are so many different ways to make a house a home, but I would always say don't rush into it and make sure that you're adding those pieces that can move with you. It's about having pieces that will work around the house and not in isolation in one room. So getting a really great rug, if your budget can stretch to that, is a great way of transforming a room. IKEA do some amazing rugs. And then thinking about things like painting or changing curtains, adding scatter cushions, different ways that you can kind of layer to really make the space your own. I remember being in a white box for a bedroom. I couldn't add any curtains and I had this grey kind of carpet, so I decided to focus on the bed as a focal point and what I could put on the walls. So thinking about prints or any personalised photographs, I think that's a great way to add character to a rented room. Obviously check before you're putting nails in the walls. FreeCycle is an amazing platform to get lots of different things from and actually go for the unexpected. So a singular chair which might be mixed-matched in your kitchen, or a table with a broken leg that needs a bit of TLC, or a plant, for instance. Gumtree is an amazing place to get secondhand bits and pieces as well. Just anything that you can kind of pick up and take with you or move around the house. I also love lighting in a rental space. It's great for creating different zones in the house, but also, you know, just by changing the light bulbs and adding kind of a big paper pendant. Hey, do some great ones, as do IKEA. It just creates a coziness. I get asked so much about how to elevate a house and how to make things look expensive when you're working to a really small budget. And I always say it's about the details. So it's the curtain poles, it's the hardware, it's those kind of small styling bits and pieces that can really, you think that they don't make a big difference, but they really do. It's all of those really small details, the granular details that make things feel luxurious. And I think that they sometimes can be overlooked. I think layering in a house and using textures with textiles is a way to really elevate a room as well. So investing in a really beautiful cushion that's kind of made out of wool or like a really lovely material, you only need to have one. It's about creating tactility, because I always think that that makes things look really expensive. And it's details like fluffing the cushions, for instance, on your sofa so they're not, you know, a bit flat and look a bit sad. And on your bed, making sure that you've like plumped your, you know, your bedding and your duvet and fold it over like they do in a hotel. Like that is literally just styling tips. That's free. That's not even a monetary investment. Make sure you're adding care and attention and love into the way that the room has been styled, and that doesn't cost a thing. Layering your lighting at home can create a really luxe feeling. So I'll often not have the overhead lights on and just have lamps on. It kind of creates a really warm, cozy feel. So you've got a floor lamp, for instance, that could be quite tall, or a table lamp that's a little bit lower. Change the bulbs so they create different types of light. Is it a warm light or is it a cooler light? Is it something that's got a bit more orange in there? There are so many different options. I think when you're renting, it's about thinking about all of the different sensory points. So the way that something feels, the tactility, the way that something looks, and the way that it smells. So that scented candle, that is it, you know, a log burner, for instance, or is it more of a floral rose, kind of those kind of notes? But I think thinking about the way that it smells as well, it all adds to this luxurious, more expensive feel. I know this sounds ridiculous, but once you've cleaned your home, and I mean thoroughly cleaned your home, and had a really good sort out, it gives it a new lease of life. And actually, you might look at your home differently. Buy some fresh flowers from the supermarket, from the garage, and arranging them in quite an interesting way. I love what Willow Crossley does with tulips, where she kind of folds them over and makes them look a bit more interesting and cool. I think just, yeah, a £5 bunch of flowers can really change a room. Every Sunday I used to rearrange my bedroom at home, and it's still, to this day, I think it's one of the easiest things that you can do to give yourself a new room. Changing the layout. Having a day where you move your furniture around, move the rug around, put things in different places. Honestly, it works an absolute treat. If you absolutely hate your carpets and they're filthy in the rental and your landlord will let you take them up, then reveal the floorboards, sand and stain, and you can use all different kinds of stains or even paint the floorboards. But if your landlord absolutely will not let you take up the carpets, just get a really big rug and cover. Have a look at your chairs and sofas that you're not happy with in your rental. Do they have removable covers? And if they do, take them and get them cleaned. Take them to the local dry cleaner. Point out all of the stains that you're not happy with and see if they can get it back to new. I've done this before and actually it's given my sofa such TLC that I haven't needed to cover it. And if the stains don't come out, then go for covering it. So think about throws and blankets and pillows, but I actually saw something that I really liked, which was an old American vintage wool blanket that was tucked into the bottom cushions, around the cushions, and it completely transformed it. If you are in a rental and you absolutely hate your kitchen, I found this amazing product online, which is a kind of roller vinyl that you can cut to size and put on your worktops. And when you've got to move out, you can literally peel it back and take it with you. And I just think that is such a wonderful idea. If you're renting a house with friends and you feel like the only room that's truly yours is your bedroom, then focus on that. And I think it's a really good opportunity to personalise and think about how you want that room to make you feel. First and foremost, be organised. Now I know that sounds really simple, but when you've got a messy room and you don't know where anything is, it's not kind of good for your mental well-being. And it's not good for kind of creating a space where you enjoy being. So get boxes, get storage baskets, think about how you can best use storage in that space. So is it with a wardrobe, bookcase alcoves, under the bed storage? When I have been in rental spaces, I've really focused on my bedside table because it's kind of this small little space that you can really personalise. I've always had like a little bedside lamp, a book, but let's be honest, it's not a book, it's a magazine. A trinket tray that's got, bits of jewellery in there or kind of little like receipts that remind me of nice things. And I've just tried to kind of, put like a bit of me on this really small table. Again, keep it clean and keep it organised, but it's a kind of a good use of space that really feels like you can leave something there and it's not gone missing when you've come home, unlike the pint of milk from the fridge. I always say to kind of create as much space as possible, try not to have things on the floor. That's why storage is really important. But then it means that you can focus on the walls, and having great prints or photographs is a lovely idea in a bedroom in your rented space. If you can't use nails, then think about those command strips, which is basically, they are essentially little like sticky hooks, and you can stick things on the wall and you can move them around. And actually, in terms of having a play where different things go, unlike moving nails around, you can move your command strips around and it makes no difference, it makes no marks. This is such a little thing, but it makes the biggest difference. Make your bed. Make your bed like that hotel that you stayed in that brings you joy, which makes you feel really happy. Is it kind of turning the duvet back? Is it fluffing the cushions in a certain way? Is it having that kind of linen sheet between your duvet cover and your bottom sheet? Whatever it is, it really does elevate a room and makes a really big difference.